Colonel Wyatt hits the screen, got stories bold and keen. Old soldier, sharp and mean, tells truths they've never seen. Rugby lover with a roar, Africa flowing in his core. YouTube rants they can't ignore, his passion makes his heart soar. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Military mind, keen and wise, truths come out, no disguise. South African skies in his eyes, hear his voice, no surprise. Retired soldier with the fight, in the dark he brings the light. Angry rants, truths ignite, join the cause, join the ride. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Enemies knocked on his door, trolls attack, but he's more with each click. Watch him soar on the truth waves, he explodes. Colonel Wyatt, hear his call, shining light through it all. Trolls may rise, but he'll stand tall. Subscribe now, don't miss the brawl. Right now, don't miss the brawl.
Take a picture.
Another day has arrived, and we are still in the same place of disarray. Hope is in the distance. I can see a tiny glimpse of light, just a tiny, tiny light. It is there, I know it. I can feel it in my heart. I have prayed for it for oh so long. I know that it is coming our way. Tomorrow may not arrive, yesterday has gone, but this I know, today is gonna turn out just right. Colonel Chris is a ray of sunshine, he has arrived just in time to keep that tiny light in the horizon still burning bright. Our prayers are being answered, so don't despair. Someone we can trust, which has been a long time coming when our hopes were shattered. He is that tiny bright light in the distance. Tomorrow may not arrive, I can feel it in my heart. I have prayed for it for oh so long. I know that it is coming our way. Tomorrow may not arrive, yesterday has gone, but this I know, today is gonna turn out just right. Colonel Chris is a ray of sunshine, he has arrived just in time to keep that tiny light in the horizon still burning bright. Our Colonel Chris is a ray of sunshine. He has arrived just in time to keep that tiny light in the horizon still burning bright. Our prayers are being answered, so don't despair. Someone we can trust, which has been a long time coming when our hopes were shattered. He is that tiny bright light in the distance.
Oof, I had to take a second there and look away and not listen. That one always chokes me up. Kathy Price put that one together. That one always chokes me up. Yeah, gets me kind of teary. So really humbled by that. Welcome to the Neanderthals, the Canines, the right-wing podcasters, all the aspiring car guards, and any interested media folk who are listening to the program tonight. Pleasure to have you join me once again on this Monday evening for our small get-together, which is not that small, but it's nice late at night, considering it's 5 a.m. in South Africa and it's 11 o'clock here on the East Coast. Welcome, folks. Looks like my clock is falling behind the times again. That clock, that Chinese crap, it's beautiful, but it just doesn't work for beans. I don't think there's any way for me to adjust it a little bit faster. I wish I could. Like a mechanical clock, you can speed it up or slow it down. Anyway, yeah, so got this one from Donald Trump, and you're going to love this. If you think the Sydney Sweeney thing is dying down or it's going to go away, you're not keeping track of events here, folks. So this is great. This is Trump caught as he's boarding Marine One earlier today. In response to the question, what he thought about the Sydney Greenstreet, a famous actor in the 1930s and 40s, Sydney Sweeney video. And this is what Trump had to say. I'm loving this. This is some good stuff here. Donald Trump on Sydney Sweeney earlier today.
Actress Sydney Sweeney, it came out this weekend that she was a registered Republican. Any thoughts on that?
That who was?
Sydney Sweeney, she's like a very hot actress right now.
She's a registered Republican?
Yes.
Oh, now I love her ad. Is that right? Is Sydney Sweeney? You'd be surprised at how many people are Republicans.
Yeah.
That's what I wouldn't have known, but I'm glad you told me that. If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
The Trumpster, man. He's trolling the left, and he's loving it. I'm loving it, too. That's some good stuff there. Oh, that makes my day. Light a candle for that guy. No, we don't let it go. We don't apologize. A beautiful woman does an advert, and she's beautiful in so many ways. Lovely person. Did you see? I can't show this on YouTube because I'll get a strike. I'll get shut down for 24 hours minimum, if not longer. But did you see? She went to the range, and she's like freaking John Wick. Sydney Sweeney is the female John Wick. She was taking down the targets. You gotta see the video. I can't show it on PooTube because I'll get in trouble. Remember when I didn't show a gun? They accused me of showing a gun. Oh my gosh, they shut me down for 24 hours, but oh my goodness. She is the John Wick. Trump is a legend, but Sydney Sweeney's rapidly becoming a legend for a 27-year-old. Who wants to take a bet that Sydney Sweeney will soon be at the White House? Anybody want to take a bet on that one? She'll be at the White House pretty soon, man. Oh, I love it, man. She's making videos of fixing her classic cars, working with tools. That part I don't buy. No way. Her hands are too soft and too supple. But Trump is an absolute legend. Oh, my goodness. He's destroying him. And what about the Democrats who ran away to Chicago from Texas? They have an arrest warrant out for these losers who have abandoned their constituents in Texas. It's funny. They run to the state with one of the worst redistricting gerrymandering zones ever. They've got a district that looks like a little freaking, limp penis that runs across Illinois. And they're whining about Texas redistricting. They have a district that runs like this through Texas to connect San Antonio with Austin. The demon rats, man. The demon rats. I love it. And what do? It's Texas, and they're crying about Trump. Everything's Trump. It's Trump all the time. They think this is the part they don't get. They think that doubling down on hungry hippos and misrepresenting the cultural makeup and the ethnic makeup of America is a winning strategy. It's not. Woke is over. It's not gone. They are still buying into it, but woke is over. I love watching the woke normies. They're screaming. They're smashing watermelons in tents to take out their rage. I feel like Salty Cracker tonight, man. They're just a bunch of frickin' wackadoons. Wackadoons. Oh my goodness. It's unbelievable. They are so pathetic. He said ad. He didn't say ass. He said ad. Oh my goodness. Hey, Truth Bombs. How's it going there? Weatherman, what's up, man? Hey, folks, by the way, so, I was able to not tear up listening to that because I was able to switch chatting with a couple of refugees who were kindly, listen, you know what? I'm going to stop calling them refugees. You know that? I mean, we have to refer to them as refugees, but I'm going to start calling them our Saffers. That's right, because the Amerikaners, no, I'm not trying to glom onto that. They're our Saffers. These are our South Africans. We claim them now. Our Saffers who've come over. That's what they are. Our Saffers. That's it. I've renamed them. They're our Saffers. I was talking to some of our Saffers tonight, and so they are generously giving of their time. Thea's back on. Chatted with Thea. She's back on. She's going to do an interview with one of the media outlets this week. I'll be present for it. And Earl is also going to be doing some interviews. Yep. Look at that. Earl says we accept that. Well, there you go, man. You're our Saffers. That's right. And I say it with pride. Yep, our Saffers. I coined it. You heard it here first, folks. I'm tired of the refugee thing. Because after all, we all know that the South African media say they're refugees. They aren't entitled to refugee. They're just scamming the system. They're just unfair because they're white. They're not all white. But that doesn't matter. The truth doesn't matter. We just say what we want to say. So if we're going to keep using quotations for refugees, then I'm going to call them our Saffers. None of this quotations, but 2 thumbs up. Man, we got restaurant managers, we got car wash operators, we got HVAC technicians, we got the lottery here, man. We win. You know, it's like, you know, and my hands go up and they stay there. And they stay there. Because all I ever do is win, win, win. Oh my goodness. America's winning. America's winning. Everywhere you go. We are winning. Yeah, it's a Footsec t-shirt. There you go. It is a Footsec t-shirt. Yeah, all we do is win, man. We just win, 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 win. Things are going great here. Oh, it is great to be American again. I haven't felt this excited about being an American since the Reagan man was in office. That's a long time ago. Yep, 59 pairs of thumbs up. Well, it's more than 59 now, man. That's the 59ers. You guys are one group, but then we got a whole bunch of others come since then. Anyway, it's our Saffers, man. It's our Saffers. That's right. I've renamed them. There you go. Start using the hashtag and give me credit for it. I want credit. Hey, Matt Canale, what's going on, man? I haven't seen you in ages. Not even on the rugby broadcast. What's going on? You don't do the Curry Cup? I like your new sign. Oh, Jeremy, that's been there for a while. I picked that up when I went over to the Army Heritage and History Center. Yeah, I'm going to try to do an interview. It's the 250th anniversary of my Army. I spent 36 years of those 250 in uniform. Yep. That's a drop in the bucket at 250, but it's still a lot for me. It's basically my entire adult life until recently. Matt Canale, good to see you again, man. I'm wondering if we lost you there for good. A lot of people have been disappearing and coming back. Hey, Jay, what's going on? Do you like the Our Saffers? It's Our Saffers, folks. That's right. They're Our Saffers. You chased them away, and we gave them succor. It doesn't sound good, but it's a good word. Succor. Oh, she loves it. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, well, with that, folks, it's time for musical interlude. Yeah, that's right. While we're at it, here we go. You know it's coming. You know it's coming, right? We're loving this. By the way, the Sweeney's Hot Jeans, they're up. They should be out on, I don't know if they're on Spotify yet. Let me look and see. Spotify, Shemore. Oh, it's on there. Sweeney's Jeans, both of them are on Spotify. Yeah, it's all Sydney all the time now, man. But this is not about Sydney Sweeney. This is a very different one here. So which one is this, man? I keep getting it wrong. It's this one here, isn't it? Alabama heat. Yeah, had some of that today up here in PA. A little bit of Alabama heat. Humidity was a bit higher today.
Alabama heat melts the road to gold.
New faces arrive with stories untold.
The air is thick, but the dreams are wide.
South African hearts crossing the tide.
Safe in liberty's embrace, where the stars and stripes find space. Sweat rolls down, but the hope runs deep. Alabama heat. Alabama heat. They carry talent in battered bags. No corruption here to plant new flags.
From the ashes of crime they rise.
With courage burning brighter than sky.
The past may haunt,
But the future sings. Freedom hums on broken wings. Safe in liberty's embrace, where the stars and stripes find space. Sweat rolls down, but the hope runs deep. Alabama heat.
Alabama heat.
Alabama
Humidity hugs like an old ghost.
But here they stand, a living toast to freedom's soil, to the promised land. With callous hands, they take a stand. Alabama heat. Alabama heat. Alabama heat.
Alabama heat on Radio Afterlife. All right, I made a new song. We're going to do it. It's called Our Saffers because I knew you were going to ask for it. I think somebody already did. But before we get to that, is that Andre Jacobs in the People's Republic of China? Is that you, Andre? Are you still alive, dude? Is that the same Andre Jacobs or is it another Andre Jacobs? My goodness. Man, Irene, she's ready. We're going to play it here in a second. And it's a bonus that we know American culture can meme together and watch every Seinfeld episode. Yes, wife just loves the country version of Sweeney's Jeans. I love the country version too. Your South Africa's dearest friend with all you're doing for us Sapphists. Well, it's very kind of you, expat Joubert. All right, okay. Radio Afterlife, coming to you from the other side. That's right. All right, Byron Henrik Boykes, welcome to you. All right, it's good to see Matt Canali back in Alice. And there's Andre Jacobs, man. My goodness, was already an awesome song, but every time I hear it just gets better, doesn't it? That's one that you don't hear too often. It's awesome. All right, I have to check and see because I was trying to use Spotify on my phone, but it was just giving me the samples. I guess I wasn't logged in. Anyway, let me, here's the new song, okay? Let's see how it goes. I did a country version. All right, so here we go. Our Saffers. Let's see how this goes. Remember, we get two versions. Here's the first version.
They came with the wind on their backs, carrying dreams in worn out sacks. Eyes wide, hearts a little bruised, but their hope refused to lose. stars, our sapphires, our kin, our team. No longer a shadow, now they gleam. In liberty's arms, they found their place. In America's heart, they leave their trace.
Wow, that one is powerful. Version 1, here comes version 2, our sapphires. Wow. Oh, it is Andre Jacobs from China. Good to see you, man. Where you been? Thought they locked you up.
They came with the wind on their back.
I like that voice.
Carrying dreams in worn out sacks. Eyes wide, hearts a little bruised, but their hope refused to lose. Our sapphires, our kin, our team, no longer a shadow. Now they gleam in liberty's arms. They found their place in America's heart. They leave their trace.
The sun sets but never fades away. They work, they laugh, they find their way.
Building a life brick by brick. Their courage fierce, their spirit thick. Our sapphires, our kin, our team, no longer a shadow. Now they gleam in liberty's arms. They found their place in America's heart. They leave their trace. No borders can break what they built. No fear can drown their will or guilt.
They've woven their story into ours,
Turning the soul, planting the stars. Our sapphires, our kin, our team, no longer a shadow. Now they gleam in liberty's arms. They found their place in America's heart. They leave their trace.
All right, this one's tough. People say number 1. I liked them both, but I thought I liked number 2 better, but we'll see. I'm going to try one more at this, okay? All right. So we're going to switch this up, and I'm going to change around a little bit. And I want, what else do I want here? Okay. Let's see what happens here. Okay, trying something a little different here. Because I got new credits. My subscription renewed, and I went back to 2,500 credits. I was down to 1,700. So let's see. Come on, people, like and subscribe. Yeah, please like and subscribe. I mean, my second version, I had goosebumps on the second one too. So I don't know. All right, let's see what we got here, okay? All right. All right, here we go. This is a different version, different style.
From the edge of the ocean wide and deep to the hills where the lions used to lead. They carry dreams in battered hands, leaving behind their golden sands. Our settlers, our team, a new light gleams, safe in the arms of liberty's dreams. No longer lost, no longer apart. They found a home inside our heart. They built new lives from ash and stone, turned every street into their own. Voices rising, fierce and proud, a part of us now, singing loud. Our settlers, our team, a new light gleams, safe in the arms of liberty's dreams. No longer lost, no longer apart. They found a home inside our heart. We share the sky, the earth, the fight. Together we blaze through the night. Bound by hope, by love, by choice, we stand as one, a single
Yeah, that one doesn't quite catch it. The country and reggae seem to do the best at capturing these things. My saxophone.
from the edge of the ocean wide and deep to the hills where the lions used to lead. They carry dreams in battered hands, leaving behind their golden sands. Our settlers, our team, a new light gleams, safe in the arms of liberty's dreams. No longer lost, no longer apart. They found a home inside our heart.
This one's better, but not as good as that second one. Okay, that's number 4. 4 is better. 3 was sucky. 1 was good. 2 was chilling. All right, Matt Canali, who's not South African, asked for a rock version. Okay, here's a rock anthem. Let's see what we get.
different tune, a blend of voices under one moon. New roots grow where old ones were torn. The past still whispers a distant call, but here they rise, they stand tall. Our sapphires, our dreamers, our team, building futures, stitching the seams. No longer lost, no need to flee. Here's to the hope, here's to the fray.
All right, I feel like I'm listening to Starship there a little bit. Okay, the last rock anthem here. Let's see what this sounds like. Oh, I like that.
They left the sunburned plains behind, dreams packed tight in a red.
Sounds like Glenn Fry.
Shadows chase them through the night, but here they found a brighter place, a land that holds a wide embrace. Our sapphires, our dreamers, our team, building futures, stitching the seams. No longer lost, no need to flee. Here's to the hope, here's to the free.
Yeah, number 2 and number 4.
Here's to the free.
Actually, number 6.
They speak in rhythms, a different tune, a blend of voices under one moon. New roots grow where old ones were torn. The past still whispers a distant call, but here they rise, they stand tall. Our sapphires, our dreamers, our team, building futures, stitching the seams. No longer lost, no need to flee. Here's to the hope, here's to the free. Oh, here's to the free. Oh, here's to the free. Our sapphires, our dreamers, our team, building futures, stitching the seams. No longer lost, no need to flee. Here's to the hope, here's to the free. Oh, here's to the free. Oh, here's to the free. Here's to the free.
All right, the consensus here on Radio Afterlife, coming to you from the other side, is version number 2 and number 6. Although some people say number 1. 1 and 6. Right. Well, that was fun. Our Sapphires. We've renamed it. You're no longer the refugees. You're Our Sapphires. All right. Cool beans, folks. I really do need, as more people come over here, to step forward and talk to me. Everyone's going to try to talk to you. You don't owe me anything. But I'm just saying that you can ask Earl, you can ask Jay, you can ask Thea, you can ask anybody who's been interviewed on this program. My primary concern is your safety and your well-being, and I won't compromise that. But people need to hear. Otherwise, they speculate and make up nonsense about what's going on and things. You know, I was very concerned that someone was going to try to say that, well, Thea must have bombed out and failed because she said she was going to come on, and then she just disappeared. You haven't heard from her. Well, she truly was busy. She's doing fine and very busy with her work. So, yeah, but you know, you got to reinforce that for people sometimes. So I really appreciate it. Earl has gone above and beyond. Charles has gone above and beyond. And so, I mean, you know, Thea has also gone above and beyond. And some of these folks really have. I respect the fact that many people want privacy, or privacy as they prefer to call it. But yeah, number 2 cuts deep. I agree with you, Gideon. Yep. Bugger Off Bunny says, but well, listen, dude, you better be, I mean, you know, what do you mean I'm your first contact? I better be your first contact. I mean, you're sitting right here on my desk. Oh, Emergency, you like the shorts? Okay, cool. Yeah. I don't know how they're doing. Things aren't going great, gangbusters lately. So, 12,000, it's not so great. Well, we'll take it though. 12,000 better than 2. 13,600 for that one, and then Ramaphosa tries, and that one's 8,500. So, anyway, yeah. Sometimes the shorts just take off. I don't usually print the shorts out. Angelo, where's Angelo here? Okay, so. All right, guys, there you go. So that's our Sapphirs. We made one. Right. President Trump's original legend. How can any U.S. citizen not be proud? Because there's a bunch of hate wankers in this country, man. Into a bit Van Halen. He said, yeah, I like this one. Okay, Karen, cool. All right, cool. This will suck you like a... Yes, it will, Nia. Like a song. Okay, Colonel's credits flying. Well, yes, my credits are just going right out the window. Look, I don't mind doing 2 versions, but I did 3 that time. I didn't really like the pop version so much. I messed around. There's some settings that are new for this newer version of the AI, and I messed around with it, and I didn't like the results, so I put it back. Okay, so, yeah, anyway. Have you tried folk? Yes, I have a folk song, and it was sleep-inducing. I did one about Afrikaners. It was folk, and it was really slow, because I know Afrikaners like folk. Even with Colonel Wyatt is impartial and safe. I've spoke with so many news outlets. Chris cares and shows it. Well, thank you, Earl. I appreciate that. It's true. It's true. Yep, it is. And we're just trying to get the story out there as best we can and as objectively as we can. So, Angelo, how you doing, brother? Good to see you there. All right, thank you for sending me your books. I have not had a chance to read them, but I did download them. Thank you for that. Is the Geneva Convention still applicable in today's time? Yes, it is. Absolutely, Fonz. For signatories, the Geneva Convention does apply. Absolutely, 100%. We teach it to our soldiers. As a soldier, I had to learn the Geneva Convention. Yep, I had to learn the rules of the law of land warfare. Learned that as an officer. Absolutely. Absolutely. It applies. It applies to Israel. It does apply to Hamas because they're terrorists, and they do what they want to do. But, yeah. If as many people as applied to go over America, I'm so sure there will be a culture void in South Africa. South Africa, I feel, is shifting in a new era, just like the Boer War changed South Africa forever. I don't know, Tortoise. I'm not sure really how to judge that. There will be Afrikaners. There will be Boers in South Africa. They're not going away as a people. They're just going to be losing some of their kin. You're welcome, Fonz. Good morning. Good morning. Goedemorgen. Een lekker dag. Well, I hope you have a good day. Yeah, all right. Need to give people time to settle. That's true, Chris. That's true. But people are impatient. You see it here all the time. People come on the show. All right, let's cover some of the stuff I want to talk about tonight. Emma Powell. I'm in touch with her. I'm going to try to do an interview with her possibly tomorrow. I think she turns the phone off because she's just getting inundated. Somebody told me she was doing an interview with Morning Shot. Did anybody see the Morning Shot interview with Emma Powell? I didn't see if she did one. So, 6 months 3 is hard reading because he holds no punches. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Let's see. So let me get to the news here. Let me get to, come on. There we go. There it is. Okay. Varushka, you're out of here. Safe journey to work. How Emma Powell rattled the Democratic Alliance and intelligence services. DA MP Emma Powell has been at the center of a storm in the DA and has attracted the attention of the state's intelligence services. Powell clashed with DA leader John Steenhuisen over her statements on foreign policy. Her association with controversial figure Andre Pinar also raised flags for DERCO, DTIC, and the intelligence services. Seriously. DA Powell, MP Emma Powell recently abruptly resigned from position as spokesperson in national relations, clashed repeatedly with DA leader John Steenhuisen in the past 12 months as the party tried to straddle the contradictions between its own policy and the foreign policy of the government of national unity. according to sources inside the party. Neither Steenhuisen nor Powell would discuss the disagreements. However, News 24 has learned that Steenhuisen blocked several press statements that Powell drafted in recent weeks. Yes, I'm not at all surprised by that because John Steenhuisen is a member of the ANC. He's not? Oh, I'm sorry, I was confused. It sure seems like he's a member of the ANC. Did I miss something? Maybe I fell asleep and woke up in another room. I would have sworn that he was a member of the ANC. Just saying. These tensions led to Powell to step down last week, saying, given the complexity of our fragile government, I've decided what I can for in this moment. I've achieved what I can. Okay. The tension between Powell and Steenhuisen reflects the broader tensions in which those who hold positions to you are accused of co-option by some of those who don't. Foreign policy is an area where the contradictions between the ANC and the DA with vastly different worldviews are particularly sharp, making it difficult for DA to stick to its own party policies and accommodate the DNU. Recent issues between Steenhuisen and Powell clashed over included renaming the Taiwan embassy in Taipei. So what does that mean? Does that mean that John Steenhuisen was in favor of renaming the Taiwan? Oh, so did, according to the News 24, did John Steenhuisen betray Taiwan? Interesting. South Africa's attendance at the St. Petersburg International Forum, regarded by some as a Kremlin initiative, and the MTN license, which became a subject of litigation. The most recent conflict on Taiwan, Powell was angry at being gagged, tweeted her views, escalating tensions. Steenhuisen declined a request for an interview. Of course he did. Of course he did. What John Steenhuisen likes to do is deny interviews and then cry that that you didn't quote him. He did that to me. I did a story on him, and he reached out and accused me of, you could have gotten a quote from me. No, I can't, because you never answer the mail. Now it's 13 times that I've gone to his personal assistant in the past 5 years, and 13 times I've been blown off. Not by her. Not by her. She's polite and professional, but never gives an interview. Never gives an interview. He only gives an interview to captured media and his friends, like Roman Kabanek. Yep, whom is no longer his friend. Ah, my goodness. I had no plans to talk about John Steenhuisen today, but this story popped up. Steenhuisen declined a request for comment through his spokesperson, Charity McCord. Charity is the person who always takes my message and politely responds, and then we never get an interview. Steenhuisen said Emma's resignation as spokesperson was her own decision. Nah, it wasn't, Johnny boy. Don't lie to the press. You lied to me, and I caught you lying to me. Yeah. Differences of opinion among colleagues are natural, and our ability to resolve them through open dialogue reflects DA's commitment to democratic values. This should never be seen as a reason for someone to resign. Yeah, wrong, Johnny boy. Wrong. The treatment of Emma Powell and Andrew Whitfield and Ronaldo Jose by your party is atrocious. Is absolutely atrocious. You might as well just go get your SACP card now. Powell also released a bombshell statement 2 weeks ago in which she exposed that the U.S. had denied Jonas a diplomatic visa, rendering his role ineffective. Steenhuisen did give this statement the green light. Okay, well, that was good. Following this, both the Department of International Relations and Cooperation and the presidency issued statements condemning the DA's conduct in international work. Presidency spokesperson Vincent Magwenya accused the DA of trying to embarrass and belittle our country and Mr. Jonas. No, if the government had been honest, why would you embarrass? Why would South Africa be embarrassed by Mr. Jonas not being accepted? You shouldn't be embarrassed by that. The DA's positioned itself as a part of a right-wing nexus that see, that's just garbage. Communist garbage. Vincent Magwenya. 2 days later, the daily newspaper The Sweat ran an exclusive story claiming to have seen a National Security Council report. By the way, where is the criminal charges for people disclosing classified information to the press? Where is the Ombudsman investigation or Inspector General investigation into the intelligence service investigating a law-abiding member of Parliament for exercising their democratic rights under the South African Constitution to free speech, freedom of association, and freedom of travel? Where is that at? None of that. Yep. The report presented up has accused her of spreading disinformation on her trips to the U.S. How do they know she spread disinformation? Were they in the room? Were they present? Do they even know what disinformation is? Calling the DA right-wing is disinformation. The Democratic Alliance is anything but right-wing. They are left of center. Make no mistake. They love the gay rainbow. They like abortion. They hate Christianity. They love the left side of the aisle. That is the Democratic Alliance. To hear the ANC call them right wing is not only disingenuous and disinformation, it's laughable. News 24 cannot confirm the veracity of the report, not because you haven't seen it, nor have we. However, what is clear is that Powell's activities in connection to Washington, Israel, and the rest of the world raised red flags for Durko. Ooh, so going to America is a treasonable offense. Going to Israel is a treasonable offense. Really? So if a Muslim goes to Mecca, is that a treasonable offense? Saudi's a hostile state. But a Jew going to Jerusalem or a Christian going to Jerusalem, that is a hostile act? Oh, piss off, Footsec. What a bunch of clowns. See, the end is nigh. The ANC is on the verge of collapse. The South African Communist Party will run in the municipal elections. There's only 50,000 members of the Communist Party. I'll bet you they get more than 50,000 votes, though. The ANC is imploding. It is coming apart at the seams, being led by a dunderhead of epic proportions who has no clue as to what's going on. Everyone says he's so brilliant. He really is so brilliant. He's brilliant at running into an iceberg. Iceberg ahead! It's not my fault. Neo-colonialist, vaccine apartheid, racism, the evil West, Russia, BRICS will save us. Yes, Xavier, I'm aware of that. That is like step 8 in the genocide. Before you get to genocide, that's like step 8. That's the last thing that happens. The demonizing. Yep. Yeah. Cue the Titanic song. Yeah. Boy. While the DA has stepped up its international work since 2023 and Powell became spokesperson, it's highly unusual that parts of the state should go to the lengths it did to discredit an opposition MP. Aha. Now, Cockprod 24 is being honest here. It's highly unusual that parts of the state should go to the lengths it did to discredit an opposition MP through an intelligence report. But the thing is that the DA is not an opposition party. They're correct that it's inappropriate, but they're not an opposition party. Describing the DA as an opposition party is a joke. They're in bed with the ANC. That's the problem. The answer lies in two things. The narrative on South Africa that they believe Powell projected while overseas in a relationship with Andre Pinar, man who's on the radio at Durko, Andre Pinar. Pinar is the CEO of venture capital firm C5 Capital, which invests among other countries in Israel. As a former owner of a private intelligence company. He's a controversial figure. In court papers, former President Zuma called him a CIA spy. That's criminal injuria. I guess Zuma and Scott Bolson hang out together. They drink the same glass of stupidity. Trotz it is, yeah. In an interview on Friday, Pinar dismissed Zuma's allegations as untrue, as well as a supposed role in the spy tape saga. He also dismissed allegations he'd funded and caused Zalmi Zuma's election campaign. However, a former intelligence operative with the state security agency at the time that Zalmi Zuma was Minister of Foreign Affairs said that on overseas trips, she frequently met Pinar for a private meeting, which she said did not sit well with him. Pinar denies that he had contact with Zalmi Zuma. So they're trying to tar and feather Emma Powell because of Andre Pinar. It's pathetic. Good Lord. The U.S. government is best to inform the world, and the allegation that it has been misled by misinformation about South Africa by visiting delegations is not credible. 100%. 100%. We don't need anyone to misinform us. We know what's going on. We don't need anyone's help. We know what's going on. So, News 24 makes a claim that's incorrect here. It says, where's it at here? Hang on a second. Just say I lost it here. Pinar says he had contact with Sennheisen's delegation, later with Powell, but did not facilitate any of their meetings. Pinar is not a registered lobbyist and may not by law engage in such activities. That's untrue. You can be a consultant and offer advice, which is what he did. You don't have to be registered as a lobbyist to offer advice. I'm a consultant. People can contact me for information. That's not a lobbyist. I'm not lobbying on behalf of anyone, for or against anything, just informing. Yep. Yeah, they're protecting their seat at the feeding trough. Yep. DA is ANC's concubine. Indeed. Ramaphosa wants whites to leave. Now they want to stop them, putting them in jail for living. Exactly. He's psychotic. They're in bed with the ANC. Yep. Love that, Chris. Love what, Jeff? It's not called the Democratic Alliance for nothing. ANC ran all over the world during national party times. Exactly. That's what I've said before. I said that from very outset of this when they first brought this nonsensical MK and EFF treason charges against the Solidarity and Afro-Reform. I said, what are you talking about? So you're going to accuse them of telling people what's really going on in South Africa, and that's treason? Well, that's what you did in London and London, Bonn, Paris, Washington, Moscow, Beijing, Havana during the Cold War. That's what you did. So are you treasonous? ANC? Yeah, voted no confidence. No, Rudolph, I'm aware of it. I know it's a thing. I would say that John is afraid of Chris. I wouldn't disagree. You guys don't know the half of it. I haven't disclosed things. I know things. Guys, I know things. I know things. And I haven't disclosed it. I'm just saying. Yeah, let's just leave it at that, okay? Yeah, I think maybe he might be. Anyway. Jellyfish. Like Ireland that lost so many Irish with the potato famine, South Africans in the USA will eventually have two different timelines. Exactly. Yeah, they will. Even South African cats are impatient. I let mine out into the patio so that they don't disturb me. Karen. Oh, my goodness. Emergencia, my interview with CNN is part of a documentary that's being put together for presentation in November on the eve of the G20 summit in South Africa. So I don't know that they'll include my commentary in there. I don't think I said what they wanted me to say. I don't say what people want me to say. I say what I believe and what I know to be true, and my analysis leads me to conclude. And that's what I did. So I'm not convinced that they liked what I had to say. We'll see. They did talk to Earl for an hour and a half, and it was mostly a pretty good interview. A couple times he tried to trip him up, but I don't think it was malicious. I just think that that's actually what the interviewer actually believes. I mean, his worldview is a little bit askew. Nice guy, though. He's Irish, and there was a German photojournalist there, so we had a good time. Yeah, it was interesting. Well, they bought me a cold drink. That was nice of them. Yeah, at a coffee, a little out of the way, religious Christian coffee shop in a little dumpy mall that we stopped at. So, all right, where are we at here? In Pretoria, 4 white people killed different days in the last 2 weeks, but nothing makes news. Nothing stolen these pungas. Hatred for whites are getting worse. I haven't heard any of those killings, MVP. I haven't heard any of them. Yeah, Scotty, did you hear that? Colonel knows things. Must be CIA. I know things because I was in South Africa. That's why I know things. G20. Yeah, the G19. Yeah, if it includes my commentary, it'll be snow and blizzard. Well, I mean, basically, I was asked the question along the lines, I'm going to paraphrase this. Basically, this is my words, what I infer from what they were saying. So would you admit that that part of the issue here is that white Americans are just angry that they're being reduced as a percentage of population and don't like the idea of becoming a minority because they're racist? It's not what he said. It's just kind of how it came across to me. Yeah. And I pointed out that during his first administration, Trump let in hundreds of thousands of refugees, people of color. Nobody gave him credit for that. And also, I was asked a question about, whether it's basically, is it fair for South Africans, white South Africans come over? And I said, well, it's not white South Africans. It's whites, Indians, and coloreds. And the press isn't reporting that. Why is it that I'm virtually the only journalist that mentions that? It's in the embassy's website. It tells you exactly there who qualifies. Racial minorities, not just whites. It's not farmers. It's not whites. Why aren't the media reporting that? I said, that's the truth. Is it fair? Why isn't it fair? Why isn't it fair? And I said, does the media bother to report that Afghans are coming to America now? And they have been for several weeks. I know of Afghans that have arrived in Las Vegas a month ago under the refugee program. Not one media outlet has covered that. Not a single media outlet has covered that. Why? Because there's an agenda here. See, that's not going to make it in the documentary. That is not going to make it in the documentary. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I won't make it in the documentary. I'm pretty confident of that. Yes, I know. The ones in Argentina aren't Afrikaners. You can't have a name like Pedro and be an Afrikaner. Ernst's worldview is a little askew. Ernst too. People that can't see what's happening, so they must be probably blind. No, they're willfully ignorant. That's what it is. Cher Linda Clarkson. Boy, that sounds like a country name. Ladies and gentlemen, live here at Hershey Park, it's Cher Linda Clarkson and the Hillbillies. Good evening, folks. I'm Cher Linda Clarkson, and here's my band, the Hillbillies. We're going to sing a little ditty for you tonight. Sorry, Cher. It sounds like a country name, man. It sounds country. Whereas Charlotte van der Westhuizen, that sounds like a duchess, duchess. That sounds like a duchess name there. Today's journalism is selective reporting. You got it. Matis de Beer. Is Dogzilla trolling again tonight? Just ignore him. He came in like a hot flash doing super chats, and then he reverted to being calm. Then he slowly slid into trolling every night. All right, so yeah, vote of no confidence. It's time, man. It's time. So they're crapping all over Emma Powell. Colonel Delaray, please post scandalous nights in Cape Town. Scandalous nights in Cape Town. Oh, believe me, the people who appear in the law to live in ignorance, so many quietly know exactly. They just choose to fight on in silence. I don't think they're fighting at all. Oh, yeah. If you've got a SASA grant, you get the indigent discounts. You don't have to pay for the electricity and the water and stuff like that. Oh, no, Rudolph. I've said that. I said that the only minister in this government that appears to be doing their job effectively is Leon Schreiber. Leon Schreiber seems to be doing a great job. What can you buy with $1? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot you can buy with $1. Right. Small-scale nuclear power an option for the private sector. Well, duh. I've been saying that forever. Small modular reactors. South Africa's going to move forward on that? I doubt it. Antoinette Slabert shares this story. Like computers in the past 5 decades, nuclear power stations will become smaller and more affordable until, for example, a mine will be able to generate its own power with a reactor that can fit on a truck. Yeah, it's true. It's true. So this was from Ander Pinar, a shareholder in X Energy, which is already building this type reactor in Washington in the U.S. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, small modular reactors are the answer. Been the answer for a while. Now, I don't know what's going on with this story. I'm going to make a video and just scratch my head about this one because this one doesn't make any sense whatsoever, folks. Any sense whatsoever. But before we get to the story, I just want to say very quickly. So I've told you that the Lex Libertas report, Truth Be Told, gives first-person testimonies. And I did one the other day on Elmine Christie. Not a lot of views, but I did it. So what I'm doing is introducing it. Then I'm narrating the first-person testimony of the South African who gave it. And if it's appropriate, give some analysis and comments. The one that I did earlier this evening, which is in editing before I went live, I had to stop editing to go live. That one is the story of the Braun family from the Northern Cape. Now, unfortunate, horrible story what happened to them. But I later got to know Heidi Talliard, whose name I hadn't shared. I kept that secret. I mean, it's not like it's a secret, but I didn't share it. But Heidi and her family are friends, wonderful people. And I've met with them a few times. But Heidi is one of the people who gave her testimony to Truth Be Told. Tonight, I narrated her first-person story that she gave as a testimonial, and I offer commentary. So I'm editing that, and that'll be published before I go to bed. People fear straight shooters. Truth intimidates. Most prefer comfort over honesty. That's true. But the thing is, Jeremy, I don't go so far as to tell people things that are embarrassing. It's there's a distinction here, okay? It's like I've done interviews and people are like, why didn't you attack the person? Why didn't you attack that person? There's nothing to be gained from that. The gotcha stuff doesn't work. It doesn't work. There's nothing to be gained from it. All you do is embarrass people. You can analyze what they say later on, but anyway. It's like I appeared with, what's his name there? The K9s and Neanderthals, that dude, on DJ Sabu's program. And there was nothing to be gained from going after him right there. But I did call him out on a few things. Sent who a photo? It's 17 times more with $1 than what you can buy with a rand. Not really. That little jab from Jonas. White minorities must remember. Yeah, but the problem is that I can't. I mean, so I've got those videos, but I mean, it's. What am I going to do with those? I mean, I can't find the date and time, and so people sent me links to Willem Petzer's video, but Petzer doesn't say where the speeches took place. He doesn't say when. Newsroom Africa is filming it. I don't have the date, and so I don't like using information I can't run down, and no one can tell me when this occurred. But yeah, what he said. But if I listen to the context of it, and it's bad, but it's not as bad as people implied. It's bad, but people made it sound like it was absolutely horrific. Yeah, you can't convert. Cost of living, it doesn't. Thank you, Errol. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I mean, so, like for instance, this here is $1.75 okay, that's $1.75 in a. Hang on a second. So there are 22. Let me see. It's more than that now because let me see. It used to be cheaper. Let me see. It's probably not $1.75. Hang on. So $22.95. divided by 15, it's $1.53. So this costs $1.53. Everyone is $1.53, okay? $1.53. All right. So that's going. Is CB here? Because CB knows. CB has bought a few of these for me, but they're smaller. These are 281 milliliters. I think the ones there are like 230. They're a lot smaller. But so what did I say is $1.53 times 18. So 28 rand. So this costs 28 rand. I think they cost more like 50 rand for one of these tiny ones in South Africa. So you just can't compare it. The dollar question: if you compare the cost of products you buy in South Africa minimum wage versus the products in USA minimum wage, the dollar has 8 to 10 times more buying power. That may be that's definitely true from minimum wage standpoint. You're right about that. Africa, the ANC is entitled, but the USA is sick. Yep. Okay. What is ANC's logic opposing Trump tariffs? Well, they're not. It's a little confusing because Ramaphosa is running his mouth about the tariffs and about the state report that doesn't exist. I think that's funny. Ramaphosa's been punked. He's been punked. I should have made a video about him being punked because there's no report. There's no report. He's commenting on a non-existent report. There may be a report, but he doesn't have access to it. It's not publicly available. Certainly nobody from the State Department gave him a copy of it, but he's commenting on the report from DLR. It's a tweet and 5 subtweets. That's it. It's not a report, and he's saying it's untrue. But Parks Tao and Ronnie Lamola went out of their way to say that they worked with the U.S., they did all this stuff, and it's all BS. They're going out of the way not to piss the U.S. off now, which is funny. It's funny. They're all but groveling. I love it. Exactly, Jeremy. I use tact. For instance, I had used some tact today in an indirect way. I had to talk to one of my officers and tell my officer to talk to one of our employees that I did not believe that they were truthful with me. And not being truthful with me leads to termination. Now, what I said to that officer is that when you sit down and talk to that person, allow for the possibility that the colonel misunderstood what you meant to state. Because I went in and looked at some financial reports and they didn't jive. They had a band in on Friday night, and the payouts, the cost, the revenue in, different categories of revenue, didn't jive. Something isn't right. And I said, this doesn't work. So I asked, how much did this make? Well, this much came in. I said, well, the report doesn't reflect that. You need to fix it. And then I talked to my officer, and my officer gave me a different answer. I said, well, I had a feeling that was the case. You need to talk to them. So I used tact, and I'm not attacking the person. I also told my officer, don't tell the person I called them a liar. Although, quite frankly, I felt I was lied to. I'm not an idiot. I know what's going on here. But this will get the message across that they better not be lying, and they better get the thing straightened out. So anyway, you can earn money, so you have to live on dollars. You don't convert to rand. Exactly. I mean, this is useless. Hang on. This is wallpaper. This means nothing. This is absolutely useless. I can't even use this to wipe my ass. It's because it's filthy. I give myself hepatitis or cocaine. Yeah, this is absolutely useless. It does nothing for me. Nobody accepts this. Nobody anywhere in the world except maybe Zimbabwe will accept this, in South Africa. In Namibia. They'll take it in Namibia. But that's it. So I can't do anything with this. But I can take $1 anywhere on the planet and spend it. anywhere on the planet and spend it. People accept it. The problem is that there's no dollars in my wallet. It's empty. It's empty. No super chats for me. It was 6 days ago, Newsroom Africa. Jonas must adapt. Okay, Momo, thank you for that. 6 days ago. When you say 6 days ago, is it a video on YouTube from Newsroom Africa? Because I went looking, I couldn't find it. Thank you. If I can find it, then I'll be able to do something specific on that. Thank you for that, Momo. Good morning. Depending on the state, the cost of living, you can live a good life, $15 an hour, but finding $20 jobs an hour. Finding a $20 an hour is easy. It's easy. McDonald's down the street pays $20 an hour to snot-nosed high schoolers that can't even make a hamburger properly. They really can't. Video on YouTube. Thank you, Momo. Let me go look again, see if I can find it. YouTube, Newsroom Africa. 6 days ago, huh? Do you know what the title is? Are you looking at it? Momo, do you have the link? I can just give you a temporary link. If you can give me, I'll give it to you. Boy, it looks like I thought Byron was sick. It looks like he's trying to compete with me. He said something a few weeks back. He said when I was leading all the content creators in South Africa by views, he said there's no mystery to how people are getting views. And he looked and he showed a number of videos. I produced like 3 times as many videos as anybody else. So now it's like he's trying to outproduce me on videos. Byron's putting out a lot of videos and shorts. A lot. Okay, I'll get you the link. Hang on, Momo. Let me get, unless you've got me on, if you've got me on, what's this? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, so all right, someone sent me this. So all right, so this woman is just evil, okay? She's just evil incarnate. She actually wanted to contact me. So let's go with this. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt what I'm doing to go with this, okay? So here you go. All right, so let's go back several months ago to when South Africans started talking about documents. Remember this, okay? So here's the evolution of documents on this channel. Some of you have been here from the very beginning. Hang on, Momo, we'll get to the link. Some of you have been here from the very beginning. When this whole thing came up, people asked, what documents? And I said, we don't know what documents. We believe you need a passport because you have to have a passport to get out of the country. And we don't know what comes after that. That was the beginning. Then we have people who went through the process and they informed me what they were asked for, what documents. I was told they were asked for this, that. And then people started coming in the chat and saying they need unabridged birth certificates. What did I say about birth certificates? I said, I don't know what the hell an unabridged birth certificate is. I never heard of such a thing. We don't have any such thing. We have birth certificates, as simple as that. That was the next step in this thing. Then more people who were interviewed for the refugee program said they were told they needed the birth certificate by the State Department in order to apply for permanent residency. What did I say? I said, I didn't know you need that. I said, you should only need a passport. A passport proves where you come from. That's what I said. Now this shitbird, Shelley fucking useless Hepburn, is put more lies up about me. I would like to put to bed this issue of needing a birth certificate of any kind when you apply for a permanent resident card or when you apply to naturalize U.S. citizen. I've looked at all the information USCIS government and it's not needed. Wyatt giving false info again. Now, did I just misstate anything? Anybody that's been here from the beginning, is that not exactly the path of, as the information developed, how I explain it? No, she doesn't copy me. She lies about me because she's a fucking turd. She's a useless shithead who's got her head so far up her ass, her eyes are brown. Yeah, I just said that. Because she's a fucking slanderous liar. And I'm sick of the little shithead. She had the audacity to reach out to someone and asked for my number recently because she wanted to talk to me. And when I didn't talk to her sorry ass, now she makes this stuff up. Pathetic loser. The Big Mac index is something people use. Yeah, and you find out in some countries Big Mac is demonstrably cheaper than it is. Like I can buy hamburgers a lot cheaper for my dollar worth in Rand in South Africa than I can here. Sorry, expat family, Joubert. She needs more cats. Yeah, what is that woman's problem? Ignorant, well, but the truth changes, right? The truth changes. Nothing that we've talked about except the key points in this that I took directly from the executive order and from the embassy has been the same. Things have changed. There was a proof of concept program. That's over. They were only interviewing people in Pretoria. That's over. They're interviewing people in Joburg as well now. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Dogzilla. Yeah, I might need my blood pressure thing now. Yeah. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you. Got an attorney telling me I got it right. Yep. Look, I don't know that you need a birth certificate to be naturalized. I never made the claim. I said that's apparently what you need. Now, I may have said you may catch me on camera saying you need that, but that's after we had a conversation for hours talking about they say you need it. Her end game is she's a grifter. That's her end game. But she did do something really good, and I admitted it. She turned Charles onto the job that he got in South Dakota. Well done. Well done. I gave her credit for it. And this little shitbag comes back with this garbage. Spreading false rumors. I've never spread anything false. Lady, you need to dry up and go away. You are sad beyond belief. You're such a pathetic little pissant. So sad. She is nuts. She's not the only one that's nuts, Brett. Not the only one that's nuts. But the thing is, she has 7,500 suckers in that group. Not all of them are suckers, but they believe this bullshit. So why don't you say this? If you're not a malicious fucktwad, would you say something like this? Colonel Wyatt said in his broadcast that you have to have a birth certificate to apply for permanent residency. He's mistaken. I've researched the law and I can't find it. Okay. We can have a matter of disagreement. But no, Wyatt spreading false information again. Listen, lady, why don't you hook up with Scott Balsack and get it on? Let's get it on. Yes. She made a house made of wood and paper or proper brick. Most houses wood, or from what I see. You're wrong, Jason. Most houses built in recent years are made that way, but houses built before 1970 or 1960 tend to be brick. Houses in New England tend to be brick. But people build with what material is available. Africans built with mud because that's what was available. People in deserts build with mud. In the Sahel, they build mud or make tents out of cloth, out of skins, because that's what's available. Americans, when they came to this continent, built out of stone in the Northeast or out of wood in the heavily wooded portions of Pennsylvania, Ohio, the Midwest, and the Appalachian Mountains, because that's the material that was available, wood and stone. But those things are expensive. Stone is very expensive. Building a house out of stone costs a lot of money. And so houses tend to be built out of wood. That's correct. Yep. Why do you ask, Jason? Why do you ask? All right, Momo, I didn't forget. Are you still there, Momo? Yeah, I saw it, Kathy. It didn't get me as excited as the previous one you sent me. The person has no reason to be jealous. I mean, she helps people with asylum. I'm not touching asylum. See, I don't understand that. I'm not even delving into her little bowl, which is asylum. I don't care about asylum. It doesn't work. I don't want it. Yeah. Just pathetic. Yeah. Maybe somebody sees more cats. Okay, Momo, I'm going to go ahead and give you moderator status temporarily. Okay, hang on. Momo, where you at? I got to go back and find her. Oh, gosh. Now I need my glasses. I can't see here. Well, thank you, Twinkle Starbus. I've tried. Where's she at? Where'd she go? I know she was here. There she is. Okay, add as a moderator, stand moderator. Momo, you are a standard moderator. You may give me that URL for the video you found. And thank you for finding it. I appreciate it. Just Ainter, what's going on? Jason was curious about housing materials because, you know, tornadoes are... yeah, no, I got you. But tornadoes tear apart stone houses too. They don't just tear apart wood houses. And they're very capricious. They'll tear up one house and then place 3 feet away will be untouched. Just the nature of things. Okay, Kathy. Yeah, no, I listened to it a little bit earlier, but I didn't get a chance to listen to all of it. It didn't get me like the one you still bring me to tears with the Colonel's Ode. I mean, that makes me cry. Why is the ANC so arrogant and entitled? Because they've gotten away with it for so long. Thank you, Brett, for the super chat, $1.99. Patrick, I heard Byron's in the hospital too, but he doesn't talk to me anymore. So I've written to him several times. He just ignores me. After you guys, somebody here started a fight, so I don't know. I heard he's in the hospital, but he's making videos like there's no end to the thing, so he must be good enough to be making videos. All right. Asylum, rather say you don't want a part of it as it's high risk and can ruin your chances to ever get to USA. Exactly, Rudolph Skeppers. I have no desire for it, and that's what her cup of tea is. So the problem is that she lied, and she misled people, and I politely exposed that. And I guess that hurt her feelings. But that was only after she attacked me and lied about me. She lied about what I was saying, and I corrected the record, and that hurt her feelings. But, you know, these people, you can never please them. When I found out that she helped Charles get a job in South Dakota, I complimented her and said, hey, I owe her thanks for that. Bets Corp, thank you for the 14 rand super chat. I do appreciate that. Yeah, unabridged, abridged. I don't know. What did I say? You guys are coming. I don't know what the hell it is. We don't have that. We have birth certificates. We don't have unabridged. You guys had to explain to me what it is. You know? Thank you, Stella, for I appreciate that. I mean, ridiculous nonsense. And now she's attacking me again. Yeah. Ridiculous people. Ridiculous people. No, those videos aren't from home. The videos I'm seeing are in his office. I know his office. I've been in it. We did an interview in there. No, Neil Dealer is not doing well. He has not been on Biz News for a few weeks now. Yeah, I've written to Neil and wished him well a few times, and he's read the message but hasn't written back, and that's very un-Neil-like. He must be feeling very under the weather. Byron C. Okay. Yeah, no, Tortoise, we got to figure it out now. I'm talking going back 5 months when 4 months ago, people started finding out what they were supposedly needed. Again, the point I said is that I didn't know anything about needing birth certificates because you don't need a birth certificate to come in the country. See, these people selectively take things and try to play games, spreading false information. A friggin' 2-hour broadcast. And accuse me of spreading misinformation. That's a pathetic loser that does something like that. It's also a malicious little scumbag. Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, you're right. It's screaming for attention. That's what it is. I think you're right. I think that that person needs Bob. It's time. We haven't played Bob in a while. It's been a while. Oh, now my freaking drive wants to act up. Oh, boy. I think it's time for an appearance by Bob. We have 325 people here at this hour. That's crazy.
Yeah. Go on by and say, whatever. Hop to the left. Bunny's on the scene. Fur so clean, move sharp, he's mean. Eyes like fire, trolls start to quake. Mess with the bunny.
Big mistake.
Tiger off, bunny, protector of peace. Drop into the chaos, never on a leash. Trolls come lurking, but they can't pretend. The bunny's here and it's the bitter end. Bugger off, bunny, protector of peace. Drop into the chaos, never on a leash. Trolls come lurking, but they can't pretend. The bunny's here and it's the bitter end. Connell's right hand, ears standing tall. One thumb from the foot sends them through the wall. Carrots in the pocket, wisdom in his paw. Trolls see the bunny, drop their jaw. Bounce, 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 the rhythm don't stop. Trolls try to climb, but the bunny's on top. Guarded the garden, defender of the land. The bugger off bunny with the master plan. Bugger off bunny. Jumping through the chaos, never on a leash. Trolls come lurking, but they can't pretend. The bunny's here and it's the bitter end. Swift as a shadow, silent in the night. Trolls meet the bunny, then they take flight. Ears like a
The Bugger of Bunny. We haven't played that in 4 or 5 nights, folks. We've been busy with the other stuff. Thanks for joining us here. What's the heck? What's this woman's problem? You've been absolutely 100%. I haven't been 100% correct about everything. I've been mostly correct, and I'll be honest if I've gotten something wrong. I didn't know that you needed birth certificates, and I didn't even know what this unabridged thing is. I never heard of such a thing. And South Africa explained to me what it was, and we went on. It's okay, we got it. And someone just said a few moments ago, who was that, said that in fact they were told they had to have it. And as I relayed, the people who had interviews were told they had to have it because you need it for the permanent residency, to apply for permanent residency. So I've simply relayed, and I've said that. I've caveated that from the very beginning. I never claimed it. I never claimed I read that in the law. I do claim I've read the other stuff in the law because I did. I did read the other stuff in the law. The Immigration and Nationality Act. I've actually read it. So yeah, it's cruel. But when you have a puppy and it craps on the floor, you rub its nose in it until it gets the hint. Someone needs a rubber nose in it. She's lashing out because people are questioning her advice. People are questioning her advice because she's a liar. That's why they're questioning her advice. That's right, Karen. The issue, and that's what we're finding out now. People are saying the issue of full birth certificate because it was confusing other countries. Yep. Yes, thank you, Kathy. That's what I've always said about the birth certificates. How's it going, car guards? Hey, Alan, what's up, man? How y'all doing there? Oh, we played Bugger Off Bunny. We lost 20 people. What's up with that? Yeah, Karen, mine's a photocopy too. From one of the mimeograph machines. I don't have an original birth certificate. I just have one freaking copy. And only happen to have it by happenstance. Yep. Yeah, no, they do recommend it because it takes a long time. And they're very much behind the ball on that. So yeah, it can take up to a year to get it. So go ahead and apply for it now. What I don't understand is how people don't have birth certificates. You know, South Africa is not exactly the third world. You'd think they'd have it, but apparently not. Because there's a lot of suckers out there, Fonz. A lot of people who just look. I mean, anyway, I'm not. It's not worth it. But that kind of set me off when I saw that. Somebody sent me that short while ago, and yeah. So anyway, I appreciate the person that sent it to me. Thank you for that. So I kept up on it. It's weird because at this hour I'm communicating with South Africans, and the Americans here don't answer my messages because they're in bed. Colonel, I'll WhatsApp you a song under African Skies. You will WhatsApp me, or you did WhatsApp me. And that is from Lolita. Ooh, Lolita. Don't get me excited with that name. Okay. Is this Lolita here? Well, that's Lolita. Oh, and your avatar looks like a Lolita. Check out this song. Okay, all right. Oh, you made 2 of them here. Guys, I mean, lots of people are sending me songs here. I can't check all of them out. I'll try. Kathy is like making 1,000 songs. She's like really going to it there. She's getting a lot in there. Go. Let's see what this sounds like. I won't pay it all because... Okay. I can't play it all because I don't have the copyrights for this, but let's see how it sounds to start. Good start.
Under African skies, where stars shine bright. Desperate times and desperate people searching for light.
It's pretty good.
Patriots in heart and bone with love for this land, but fleeing with almost none, leaving it all to stand. What will become of this country when all the patriots are gone?
Oh, I like that. That's good. Thank you, Lolita. That's pretty good one. Yeah, Belinda, yeah, having those documents is good. But look, what does it matter what I say? If the State Department or USCIS or PRM, whoever interviews you, tells you that you have to have it, what does it matter what you need it for? Other than you don't have... And so we found out that they said that you didn't need it to get out of the country. You need a passport, which is what I said all along, because South Africa won't let you leave without a passport. They said that they were told they need it for the naturalization process. So there you go. There you go. So, Shelley, are you here? Futsek. Go get a cat. Find a hobby. Focus on your asylum. Focus on helping people like you did with Charles instead of being an evil shrew. All right, Weatherman, have a good night. Sorry for profanity, folks, but I'm just tired of this stupid people being stupid. Yeah, Sue Marie, I didn't know about you. I never heard of such a thing. All right, it's late for me too, isn't it? We've been at this for an hour and a half. It's many break-ins, and one never know what gets stolen. Sometimes years later, I realize things are amiss. But, oh, wow, 13 break-ins. That's crazy, Rudolph. I would say something if I don't agree with something, Colonel. Just my take. Well, yeah. Well, people are welcome to disagree. I have no problem with disagreements, as long as people are polite. Yeah, your birth certificate's not... The only time your birth certificate matters here is when you get a Social Security number. But apparently you don't need that. Your passport gets you that when you come in as an alien, but as an American, you have to have that to get it. And the other thing, because you didn't have to have a Social Security number until you started working when I grew up. So I didn't have to have a Social Security number. I did get one. My mother got one for me, but you didn't have to have one. Then because people were cheating and claiming 6 and 8 dependents, and getting exemptions for kids that didn't exist, they put a thing in any kid over 5 years or older, you had to have a Social Security number. Well, the kids aren't applying for it. The parents are. And how do you prove the kid's real? Well, you take the birth certificate because they don't have a passport or a driver's license. I got a Social Security number without a driver's license, so my mother had to produce a birth certificate. And then they lowered it to any child before they turn 1. You have to get a Social Security number for them. Well, I mean, obviously the child's not going to wander off the Social Security office and show their driver's license because they're infants. So yeah, so you have to have it for that. So that's where it matters. You might need it to go in the military. When I went in the military, I had my college ID card, and I think that was sufficient for them, and my Social Security card. Just trying to remember. It's been so long. I enlisted in June of 1983. That's a long time ago. So I don't remember exactly. Cynthia mentioned the birth certificate helped in getting her Social Security number. Yeah, I mean, she did say that, as I recall, but I don't know what the requirement is, so. Grand jury broke. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. They've convened a grand jury into the Obama scandal. Yeah, and likely targets are Brennan, Comey, Page, Strzok, Obama, all of them, and Hillary Clinton. Yep. Dogzilla, when you walk into Starbucks, do they piss in your coffee? I'm just curious. Michael Byrne, I hear your frustration and annoyance over some mindless people's comments. Don't let high blood pressure or the like. Well, thank you, Michael Byrne. It's very kind of you. I'm fine, thank you. My mother was useless at paperwork. Yeah. I knew at some point when I was a kid, that's why I will have to get all the jabs. Well, I didn't have any shot records from when I was a kid, although I have report cards or school cards that used to have shots because they give them to you at school. You used to get immunizations in school. I don't know how that worked. Did they get your parents' permission? I mean, I used to get jabbed in school. Right in the arm. I remember that primary school. I don't remember anybody approving that. Today, you probably get sued. Who jabbed my child? You gave him autism. Yikes. So I got everything when I came to the Army. And now I got 7 books. Let's see. Wrong drawer. Hey, there's my Cold War medal. Being a soldier in the Cold War. There it is. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, that's not what we want. That goes in there. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. So, this one here is from the International Certificate of Vaccination Prophylaxis from the South African Health Department for yellow fever. Yellow fever. It's the vaccination I already had, but the bastards made me get it again. This would be May 27th of 2010. Dr. V.S. Solanki. Yep, Starmeril. What the hell that is, Starmeril. Yellow fever. Only thing in this book. Stupid South African vaccination book. Right. I think the oldest one is here. Let me see. Is this the oldest one? I got a couple of them stuck together here. I think this might be the oldest one. Let me see. Maybe it's not the oldest one. No, that's not the oldest one. That's a reconstituted one. Maybe this is the oldest one. Yeah, here you go. No, that's the second one. This is the oldest one. Sorry. Okay, this goes back to 1983. 1983. Look at those jabs. It's not the original book. This was one produced when I came back in. Tetanus, diphtheria, typhoid, polio oral vaccine, November 1983, adenovirus, flu, TB, monococcus, rubella, typhoid, tyne, flu, PPD, MMR, influenza, WAIF, typhoid, meningococcus, immunoglobulin, flu vaccine. And we got here, oh, here you go. Polio. Oh, this is the original. There you go. That's the first one right there. I found it. See, it's stuck inside another one. Okay. They're all kind of stuck together. So this is the original. This is the one I got when I came in the Army in 1983. Right there. Captain Merrick. Who knows that guy's even alive now? He's a captain in 1983. There you go. Look at that. Wow. TB, tetanus, typhoid, rubella, MMR, influenza, PPD. Got my blood type in there. Yep. Wow. 1990, 1992, 94, 2000. Vax, MMR, rabies, rabies 2, rabies 3, hepatitis B, rabies 1, typhoid, tetanus shot, typhoid. Okay, a lot of typhoid shots there, man. Anyway, so yeah, there's that one. And I got another one. Here's another one. Yeah. And here's another one. And here's another one. And here's another one. Oh, my goodness. I got a bunch of them here. 2017, a typhoid shot. That one's here at Carlisle Barracks. They issued me a new card booklet because these were full. Yeah. Is the microphone still working? That's not good. I dropped it. Is it still working? Let's see. Is it still working? Let's see. Okay. Still sounds good. Is it still working? Let's see. All right. Sounds good. Okay. Thought maybe I broke it. Yikes. Got to be careful there. You got jabbed as a kid. Yep. So, yeah, I got nothing against jabs. When we had the COVID scam going on, I told people I got nothing against immunizations. I have no problem. When it works, Jenner was right. Cowpox gave people some immunity against smallpox, and that's how we learned. The milkmaids weren't getting smallpox. And why is that? Because they all had gotten cowpox, which is much milder. My parents passed away in 1989. All their kids' documents were missing. Sorry to hear that, Vilma. Video in the 60s, early 70s. Doc Assist, another company does. You get your birth certificates couriers to you. You can also get them from Embassy in the USA. Okay. I didn't see that was a question came up the other day, Tortoise. I said, I don't know if the embassy, the consulate in DC can get them for you. I don't know. I know that they have to help you with your passport. That's for sure. You found it on your work phone, your WhatsApp. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, Momo, I'm going to take away your moderator status because you haven't gone through the moderator test yet. Okay, nothing personal. 12:35. Yes. Okay, so. Okay, there you go. So you're no longer a moderator, nothing personal. Sandra Yonk is the one that said that she was told she had to have a birth certificate. Parents gave permission to get measles, rubella jab, but I don't have those records. Can only just see my childhood vaccine. My mom had it done inside my arm, so no scar. The only one that left a scar was polio, to my knowledge. Polio is the only one left a scar. And I had a polio vaccine, and I'm one of the people that's lucky. See, there it is. That's all it's left of. You can't even see it. It's right there, that like white spot. It was right in there somewhere. You can't see it. I don't know how I didn't get a scar because it used to be this nasty scar. But I got that polio vaccine there, and then the Army made me take the oral polio vaccine. Cabela's. It's not Cabello's. That's the Cabello is Cama Cabello. That's the Cuban American singer who's smoking hot. Momo didn't take it personally. That's good. Cabela's is what you're talking about. I like Bass Pro Shop better. Wow, you had so many shots. You take the Russian shot, you'll be a cyborg. Yeah, no, Kathy, that's right. I mean, you had to get jabs to go to school. Yep. Yeah, no, the smallpox vaccine is no, it was the polio vaccine that did that. Yeah, that thing left nasty scars. And you see that people from my generation, the baby boomers all have them. They have these horrible scars on their arm. It's terrible. But I was at the end of baby boomers. So I don't know if they did it wrong or whatever, but yeah. What's a shop in Michigan? Cabela's? Cabela's is all over the country. It's a chain, Cabela's. There's a massive one in West Virginia. Huge one. I did a video on it. Is that on this channel or the other one? Let me see if it's on this channel, Cabela's. Maybe it was on the other channel. I thought it was on here. Huh. No. No. Wow, that's an old one. I was looking for West Virginia. Check this out. Check this out. This is a short I did.
Hey folks, be sure to subscribe to Chris Wyatt Reports. Hit that button right down there. Well, now I see why Ilhan Omar from the House of Representatives is freaking out about Roe versus Wade. What her latest issue is. West Virginia's legislature has passed a bill that will limit abortion. Despite the propaganda from the left, it doesn't ban abortion. That's a lie. In a vote 22-7 in the Senate and 78-17 in the West Virginia House, the bill will now go to the governor for signature. It will take effect 90 days after the governor signs it. Now, despite leftist propaganda, the bill does not prevent all abortions. Our exemptions remain in place for those who are raped or incest. Up to 8 weeks, you can terminate the pregnancy. For those under the age of 18, you can do it up to 14 weeks. So once again, the leftists losing their mind and falsely reporting what's actually happening. This ghoulish cult of death merchants who seek to abrogate the most important and vital of all human rights, the right to life. That's what they seek to end. These aren't liberals. These are sick leftist ghouls, and they need to be exposed for what they are. Hey, folks, be sure to subscribe to Chris Wyatt Report.
Yeah, so sorry, that was about the West Virginia legislature. I was trying to find, because I actually filmed that stuff. I wonder where that's at, how I did that. But I was on the road, and I filmed and live streamed that, and I can't find that. Sandy, well, that was my protest for COVID. I kept growing the beard until they started acting like adults. The beard, no, it didn't lean left, but it did split in the middle quite a bit. The wind would blow, and it would do this part like Moses in the Red Sea. So, yep. Gandalf. Yeah, I did. So I was at the Rugby United in New York when they played in New Jersey one time. I think they were playing against, was it Utah? No, who was it? Anyway, I was there at the game, and I had my, it's not a tripod, but a monopod, just one like a staff, and it's tall. So I can put the camera on it. And I was walking around the field with my boots on and my shorts and that beard hanging down, and all these young rugby players were up in the stands and like, hey, Gandalf. It was really funny. Anyway. I also got the same thing when I was in D.C. People call me Gandalf from the stands. It's pretty funny. Yeah, no, Cabela's, that's what you're talking about. So, Cabela's. Let me get the one in West Virginia. West Virginia locations. Wheeling is the one. Hang on a second. Yeah, Wheeling is one. Oh, it's about, they've changed to Bass Pro Shops. Okay. Well, this is formerly Cabela's, yeah. So here you'll see it says formerly Cabela's. Bass Pro Shops, formerly Cabela's. This one's because Bass Pro Shops bought them out, but this was a Cabela's and they turned into a Bass Pro Shop. Look at that. Look at that. You think Safari Outdoor is impressive. Look at this. Yeah, I made videos of this store. Man, it took like a half hour to walk around the damn thing. It was insane. It was insane. Look at this. This must be at Christmas time because I see Christmas trees there. Yep, I've been in that store in West Virginia when I went to see my mother. It was on the way. The whole Christmas village there. Anyway, yeah, so that was just amazing, that place. Look at that. Look at that, man. It's cray-cray. Yeah, that used to be a Cabela's. But Bass Pro Shop, they're owned by the same company now. We used to have Cabela's, Bass Pro Shop, Gander Mountain, and there was a couple others, and they're all gone now except Cabela's and Bass Pro, which is all Bass Pro. So that stuff is just awesome. We got a Bass Pro Shop here in Harrisburg. Yep. Yeah, it's much better than Safari Outdoor, although I like Safari Outdoor. Hectic, it is. And I don't know where those videos are at. So that must have been, when did I go there? When did I see my mother? She passed 3 years ago in 2022. It must have been in 2021 when I went there, or 2020. Anyway, but I made the videos. Yeah, I remember making those videos. Cycling Journeys has to go. I should go too. It's late, but we have 310 people here. We don't want to let people down. USA Rock. Yeah, I don't know about us winning in 2035. Well, there was a trademark, so Vilma, that's why people recognize me everywhere I went. They sell the beard. That's why it's slowly worked its way up, because I'm trying to get rid of it. And eventually it will be just close and almost nothing there. So there you go. Yep. Yeah, that place is pretty awesome. Those, I mean, you can get anything. You can buy trailers, you can buy guns. I was at one recently. Where was I at one? I'm trying to remember where I was at one, because I remember walking through. Anyway, those stores are pretty awesome. You can get fishing gear. The one at Arundel Mills, that's the bomb. The Bass Pro Shop at Arundel Mills is my favorite. That's incredible. The clothing they have there, the licorice. Oh, it's the one place to get good licorice. Oh, I want some licorice tonight, and I don't have any. Yeah, gosh, I really want some licorice. Anyway, that would be nice. Can't see my face with all the hair and beard. Keep the beard, says Son of Bloom. Well, that's been a debate for a long time. Well, yeah. Willem Hart, welcome to you. I got that message, Willem. I also sent you a message that people want to do some interviews. So I don't think you responded. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But yeah. Willem, I'm actually going to be headed out your way at the end of September. It isn't related to you. It's related to a documentary I'm doing for CakeNet. So, participating in a documentary that CakeNet is doing. So, I've got to get some more information on that. But yeah, if you're available for that, it would probably be considered to let you be part of it if you wanted. Bass Pro Shop is awesome, Gideon. It's the joint. Topeka, yeah, they're all over. Do you want an emotional song? I avoided making one, but I won't. Kathy, if you'd like. Don't use all your credits, Kathy. Excuse me. What a morning. Man in the mirror. Okay, well, I'm tired myself. And Malcolm said it looks good when it's close. Well, we're getting there. It's getting shorter each time. Each time it gets shorter. See, I'm going to the UK, and not a lot of dudes have beards in the UK. I don't know why, what that's all about. The only people I run into with beards in the UK are, radical Islamists. You don't see many English with beards. Maybe a few professors. But this is Pennsylvania, man. If you don't have a beard around here, something ain't right. Something ain't right. How long do I think it will take for 10,000 people to go over? Johan, I couldn't possibly predict that. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. It's a fair question, but I couldn't possibly give you a prediction on that. At the current pace, take a long time, but the current pace is picking up, which is... Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that, because I'm trying to get some diversity of sources, and that would be good. Okay, cool. All right, thank you for that. Found the definition of us late, and Ben Booby was being Jen Jones. Jen Jones, distinction that bridges the gap. I never heard that, Toodleski. And that's the definition of me. I am the last of the baby boomers. Only a couple people came after me. So the baby boom generation technically starts in 1945, and it ends on December 31st of 1964. Well, I was born on Christmas Day, 64, so just before the end. So I've always been a baby boomer, but I've also been considered a Gen Xer. Given that I've been an early adopter of tech, and until my hips started bothering me, was still jamming to the tunes and able to dance to anything. Still kind of with it. The Gen X thing makes sense, but I'm the last of the baby boomers. Every baby boomer is now 60 or older. No, you're not a baby boomer, 68. That's 63. I'm sorry. My eyesight failing me, Momo. Yeah, you're a baby boomer. Sorry. Yep, you're a baby boomer. And that's because all the GIs came back and were done. Well, that was fast. That was fast. Yeah, that's about how it usually goes with him. He likes to talk a long game, but it don't last long. My goodness. Julie asks, get ready for it. I'm a boomer, but identify as an X. Well, there you go, Alan. There you go. You're a boomer if your hip is sore. Leslie, I was a boomer, but my hip wasn't sore. But people like Ronaldo use it as an insult. I know he's trying to joke, but it's boomers. Yeah, boomers built the world. Boomers built the world. One of 6. Well, I'm one of 5. My mother was one of 13. Yeah, Fabian, it's a weird thing. I mean, I can't have a beard in the army, so I never had a beard. At best, I had a mustache, and it couldn't go past the end of my lips, and it couldn't come down and touch my lip. So it had to be like a little Hitler mustache. Siegel! Yeah, so could you find out about the PRM call, people? Sandra, I don't know what you're asking. That sentence doesn't say anything to me. Your hip has been hurting since you were 12. I'm sorry to hear that. Mine only started recently. There's something definitely wrong. I hope it's just a muscle issue. I don't really want to replace a hip. That's not cool. I mean, I don't want scars. I have such a sexy bikini tan line. I don't want any scars. I mean, when I had emergency gallbladder surgery, there's not even a scar. Surgeon was brilliant, man. Laparoscopic procedure, and pulled it all out. Yeah, no scar. You wouldn't even know I ever had a surgery, unless you did a chest X-ray. 1966. I need a caffeine fix. My first for today. You have a good night. Take care, Ingrid. What do you think is a fair pace for the RFG program? What pace would you target if you were in charge? All in theory. Well, Arnold, I would be processing easily 500 per week to start out. I'd have 500 per week coming over here. There's flights 7 days a week. And you can divide 500 into that and get seats on planes. Yep. And processing. But it would take a larger staff to do that. 500 a week is $2,000 a month. That's $24,000 a year to start. Technically, you're a baby boomer, Cesar, but you're an early baby boomer. Did I touch my face? Well, it's a rosacea, man. Yeah, Sandra, I'm getting all kinds of conflicting information from people. I get people sending me testimonials, essentially, of what's going on with RSC and PRM. I don't know the answer. I'm going to have to reach out to the State Department. But I do so at risk. Shelley Hepburn might tell everyone I'm lying. Fonz. How about if I do this? Does that count? Vilma's brother had a hip replacement. After a month, he couldn't say he had one. Yeah, Vilma, but I don't want them to dig me up in 10,000 years, whatever future posterity is, and they find me and they go, oh, look at this, an artificial hip. I mean, that'll be all that'll be left is titanium. I mean, I think about these things. I mean, look, we're digging up mummies. We're going after the Egyptians for centuries, trying to get to the riches. I mean, look, I'm not leaving anything behind for any of you guys. You think I'm leaving this behind? This is getting converted into gold coins and going into the tomb with me. When I get the sticks, I got to pay the ferryman. And he doesn't take rand. He will take gold coins, however, and Krugerrands and silver eagles and maple leaves. So, somebody's got to pay the ferryman. You guys know about sticks, right? The river sticks. So when I go, that's going in the coffin with me. Just use the middle finger when you touch your face. Here's another way I could do it like this. Oh, both hips. Friend of mine, an elderly guy, Vietnam veteran, he's had both hips replaced. I didn't know that. He's always walked a little awkward. I just thought it's because he's tall and he's old. But he says it's fine. It doesn't bother him. He said he had them both done. It's great. So I was like, wow. No thanks. Exactly. The AI robots will identify my missing bones as the missing link. Yep. Lynette Taylor, what's up? Where can we find the titanium? Will it be in your front line? Well, wait a second. If Guaida Montasha won't sell us the minerals, I can't get a titanium hip. That's a great song. Don't pay the ferryman. No, Nicola, I didn't really roast. It's not worth even addressing. The guy is ill. He's truly ill. He needs help. But he's not alone. There's a number of these people out there like that. You're welcome, Angelique. I'm glad it was entertaining. Okay. Yeah. So they'll dig me up for the gold coin, but if I get buried for this, they'll never come looking for me. That stuff will fall apart in a few years. All right. A song on the way out the door. Okay. A song on the way out the door. What do you guys want to hear? Our Saffers was pretty good. You want to hear the Our Saffers, the country version? That was good. Let's go with the first one, okay? Because people like the first one, okay? You contributed your first taxes today. Weird, but it was an accomplishment. No, I got you, Willem. I remember getting my first pay stub from a formal job when I was 17, working at the dining facility at Ohio University, and I paid this guy called FICA. I'm like, who the hell's FICA? Social Security tax. FICA. And federal government took their taxes out, and I remember that. But I used to file a 1040 EZ because I had no dependents. I was 17, and this is a small income, and it only took me 10 minutes to do my taxes. Metal hips are poison your body. Do your research. Rudolph, I know. That's what I worry about, stuff like that. Yeah. Yes, River Styx. My aunt offered me the remaining family grave plot in Pretoria. She was being forced off their plot and going to buy a plot in Cape near Oudtshoorn. Huh. Rand will taint it. All right, here we go. Our Saffers. This is one I made earlier tonight. We'll go with the first version because people seem like the first version. Here we go. Our Saffers. So if you don't know, I'm tired of saying the South African refugees. When I talk to them, I'm calling them our Saffers because they're our Saffers now. We have got the human capital. Here you go. Our Saffers. All right, folks. Here you go. This was the first one from earlier, the country version.
They came with the wind on their backs, carrying dreams in worn out sacks. Eyes wide, hearts a little bruised, but their hope refused to lose. Our Saffers, our kin, our team, no longer a shadow, now they gleam in liberty's arms. They found their place in America's heart. They leave their trace.
The sun sets but never fades away. They work, they laugh, they find their way.
Building a life, brick by brick. Their courage fierce, their spirit thick. Our Saffers, our kin, our team, no longer a shadow, now they gleam in liberty's arms. They found their place in America's heart. They leave their trace. No borders can break what they built.
No fear can drown their will or guilt.
They've woven their story into ours, turning the soil, planting the stars. Our Saffers, our kin, our team, no longer a shadow, now they gleam in liberty's arms. They found their place in America's heart. They leave their trace.
on Radio Afterlife, coming to you from the other side. Our Sapphire is a new one tonight from DJ Silver Eagle, and we should leave you with a ringing endorsement from the Trumpster himself about Sydney Sweeney. You guys know this one, don't you? Yeah, from Sydney Sweeney. Going to take me a second to get back to it here. We didn't have it queued up, so we're going to find that one very quickly here. This is, come on, Trumpster, where are you at? And output, there it is. Okay, Trump on Sweeney. Here we go. So President Trump was asked at the when he's getting on Marine One earlier what he thought about Sydney Sweeney, who apparently is a registered Republican. They thought they'd out her and said, ooh, she's a Republican. Now nobody will like her. Instead, American Eagle stock has soared $400 million in value. The stores are sold out of the jeans. Everybody wants them. Probably even the wokies who are running their nose about it. But this is what Trump had to say about Sydney Sweeney. This is brilliant.
Actress Sydney Sweeney came out this weekend that she was a registered Republican. Any thoughts on that?
That who was?
Sydney Sweeney. She's like a very hot actress right now.
She's a registered Republican?
Yes.
Oh, now I love her ad. Is that right? Is Sydney Sweeney? You'd be surprised at how many people are Republicans. That's what I wouldn't have known, but I'm glad you told me that. If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I think your ad's fantastic too, but I also think my Sydney songs are fantastic. So we're gonna go out the door with the one last song from Sydney Sweeney, Sydney's Jeans. This one's Sweeney's Hot Jeans. That's what this one's called. All right, here you go, folks. We're gonna wrap it up with this Sydney's Hot Jeans, Sweeney's Hot Jeans.
I gave up on denim, thought it was dead, but Sydney's jeans turned my head. Faded blue with a reckless vibe, like a memory I can't untie. Sydney's jeans, so hot, so cool, making old rules feel brand new. I want a pair, I need them now. American Eagle, show me how. Threads so fine, they tell a tale. Every rip's a story, every stitch a sail. She walks the streets, she owns the scene. I'm chasing dreams in Sydney's jeans.
Oh yeah.
They bring the past into the now. I'm sold, I'm hooked, I don't know how. Sydney's jeans, so hot, so cool, making old rules feel brand new. I want a pair, I need them now. American Eagle, show me how. Blue waves crashing on my thighs, wearing the stars under open skies. Sydney's vibe is the fire I crave. Denim dreams that can't behave. Sydney's jeans, so hot, so cool, making old rules feel brand new. I want a pair, I need them now. American Eagle, show me how. Sydney's jeans, so hot, so cool, making
Well, folks, we had a few of the OGs that were with us popped in tonight. Andre Jacobs came in from China. Good to see Andre back again. And a few others we hadn't seen in a while. We saw Matt Canale was here tonight as well. It's always good to see. I feel like a romper room. I see Lisa and Timmy and Jimmy and John. Romper room. All right, folks, that's going to do it. Nikki, what's up? Good morning, Andre Mostart. We're leaving now. It's a catchy song, yeah. Sydney Sweeney. This reminds me of when Jason Aldean said, try that in a small town. Remember that? That was huge too. All right, Angelo, you guys take care. All right. Chris, you're almost there with the latest beard stroke. You just hold the middle for Scotty to release this. Where are my jeans today? I have to move them back. Yeah, that's jeans are awesome. Especially if you got the body for it. What happens when the next dad is a hot black woman? I'm sorry. This is where you expose yourself as a leftist, Dogzilla. Did you miss the ads with Beyonce, half naked in blue jeans? Did you miss Beyonce culturally appropriating country music? Did you miss that? Nobody complained. We watched the ads. We're excited about it. But only the racists complain when a sexy, beautiful white woman with blue eyes and bleachy blonde hair does an ad, because they're all racist. When people make whataboutism, what about when a black woman? Who cares about a black woman? When Jennifer Lopez flashed her body, we didn't have a problem with that. Yeah, we didn't have a problem with Jennifer Lopez doing. We didn't have a problem with Beyonce. What planet are you on, man? Have you never heard of Naomi Watts? Have you never heard of any of these actresses? Tyra Banks? Good God, we all drooled over Tyra Banks. Stop with the leftist drivel, Dogzilla. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. What happens? What will happen? People will drool over them too. Stop the silliness. Yes, my jeans will be tight because my waistline is expanded a couple inches. But my bum is dead sexy, so I don't care. It's the bum that gets the ladies' attention when you're walking away. It's your calling card when you're walking away. Exactly. Who cares, Kathy? See, that stuff is so easy to just disrupt. You know, people act like, oh, it never happened. It's all bullshit. Yeah, whataboutism is so yesterday and boring and so easy to refute. All right, guys, you have a good day. Thanks. Hey, CB, Starbucks between 50 and 70. Aha, see, I said, and this is only 27 Rand in Rand to the dollar. So it's actually technically a lot cheaper than what you pay for in South Africa. And it's larger. This is 281 milliliters. The ones in South Africa are smaller than this. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to go dream of Sydney's jeans. It ain't the jeans I'm dreaming of. I'm just saying. Hey, Hano Cop, how's it going, man? I'm just saying, Jeremy's in. I got labeled leftist again. Well, that's because you're spewing leftist garbage, Dogzilla. Stop with the leftist garbage. You don't realize it. You've been programmed. What about when a black lady? What about this? What about that? Dude, Tyra Banks is smoking hot, even now, when she's an old granny. I don't know if you noticed, but Tyra's kind of black. You know? Anyway, guys, that's it. We're going to do it. Cheers. Have a good night. Bye-bye. See you later. I got a video coming up shortly. It's another one of the testimonies I've read. Bye-bye.